Hello everybody and welcome back to RainBro Crafts. My name is Colton and today we are back for our first video of 2025 and I will be making for you a test batch of soap. I made this soap last year towards the end of the year when I just needed a little something creative, not tied to any product launch or anything like that. By the end of the year, by the end of the market season, we were pretty burnt out creativity wise, making product wise. So I wanted to try this out. I wanted to use the Rainbow Sherbet fragrance oil from Brambleberry, which smells just like rainbow sherbet you buy at the store. A little citrusy, a little fruity, a little sweet, a little tart. It's great. I'm doing just a single loaf here in our single loaf mold from Heritage Workshop Supply. So I'll blitz everything up: colloidal oatmeal, fragrance oil, kaolin clay, that plant-based oil blend as well, which is down in the description box below if you wanted to use that to make your own soap. We're not coloring this, we will put in a good amount, maybe 2/3 of the soap batter into the mold. And then I wanted to try and use the end cuts of our soap that we get when we are slicing our slabs into loaves. If you've watched our videos before, you'll have seen these. These are the end cuts basically. And we've just been saving them up for the whole past year basically. Sometimes we use them at our house for like our hand washing sink, but otherwise we have just been saving them in a sealed container for who knows what purpose. So I wanted to see if we could suspend these in a new batch of soap, similar to like a confetti soap or like our Path soaps, and I'll link a Path soap video up in the corner there if you don't know what I'm talking about. But I wanted to try and do that. So I have basically I prearranged all of these before I made this soap batch to get as many as could fit in this slab, or loaf I should say, as possible. I did have to cut a few smaller chunks to kind of make it through the whole front to back length of that soap mold there. And I'm just puzzle piecing those in. I did fill up a little bit too much of the mold with some soap batter, so I should have done a little bit less, but this was just meant to be an experiment. Worst case, this didn't turn out well and we would use it ourselves, or we would send it to Eco Soap Bank. We do send a lot of our other scraps that we don't use to them because we do get some weird bits that do not even fit into this like kind of thin sliver, so we send those as well. Once all of those pieces are in, I will just use my scraper there to kind of spread batter over the top of all of that soap to try and cover every little piece up. And you may be thinking, why do you have more soap left over but your mold is full? Well, I wanted to also try soap frosting because, believe it or not, we have not ever tried that on this channel or in our soaping career at all. So I just saved that 1/3 of our soap batter. I'm coloring that with some pink mica. This is a couple different ones. It has some amaranth mica, some of that neon pink mica that we use sometimes, and some other things as well. Some ultra sparkle pink from, I think it's called Perfectly Pink from Brambleberry. I then am going to let this sit up for a little bit, and I'm going to put it into a reusable silicone piping bag that we just had, that I bought specifically for soap and then never ever used it. I have this just in a jar with the tip taped closed so the soap batter doesn't come out. I will then seal up the end as best as possible, take off that kind of tape tissue paper cover there, burp out the air bubble as best as possible, and then it is time to pipe on. I did make a couple mistakes, but this is just the first time I've ever done this, so that is perfectly okay. First is that I could not find any piping tips except one kind of stupid little, like, not even a star. So I'm not using the right shape for what I was wanting. The second thing is I didn't let my soap batter set up enough for these initial couple dollops that I'm doing here. I should have probably waited like 2 more minutes to give it a little bit of a chance to set up and be a little bit thicker. I am using a brambleberry technique of kind of lining the perimeter of my slab there with dollops to try and make them as even as possible and keep them in as straight of a line as possible. Well, this is a test batch and I was ready for it to fail. I did want it to look okay, and if we could give them out to friends and family or subscribers, I wanted to be able to do that, and I think I did. So definitely wait a little bit longer. I might even look into seeing about a different formulation for the soap frosting. I know Royalty Soap does that, and it might be worthwhile to check out their Royal Academy because I know they have a class specifically on that. This is not necessarily our style, but I wanted to do something a little fun, a little outside of the normal, to kind of restoke that creativity that I was lacking a little bit when I filmed this. So, while I've been blabbing on a little bit, I have gone through and done 2 additional passes with 2 dollops and then with 1 dollop, and now I am frosting it with some Ultra Sparkle, this is Red Eco Glitter from Nurture Soap, I think. In that atomizer. We will then not spritz this with rubbing alcohol. I did put this in the oven with the light on, and I had preheated it to the lowest setting, which is I think 170 on our oven, then turned it off to let this soap cure as best as possible, especially in the winter. It's a little colder in our house, and I wanted to give this the best chance at setting up nicely, hopefully going through gel phase, and not getting soda ash. We will then get this out of the slab mold and time to slice up, and this is where I made another mistake. I was going to use our single bar cutter. We have a wire single bar cutter. We haven't used it in quite a while. And I thought, I'll do that. Then I was feeling lazy. So then I tried our multi-bar cutter Dorothy, and then you can see my big head just kind of creeping into frame there. And it was too big of a soap loaf to actually clear the wire and the kind of backstop piece, and so I couldn't get the wires to get all the way through. I then couldn't get the soap slab off of the wires, which is what I was trying to do here. So now I'm trying to just like finagle it a little bit to make the best of it and hopefully not ruin every single bar by getting these like jagged little cuts. This was such a pain. I was hoping to just get in, cut all of these pieces, and then get out. And I feel like it took longer than it actually took to make the soap to cut it. I was definitely sweaty. It was not a good experience. But that's all right. I did, in the end, eventually get it. And it just took a lot of wiggling, a lot of pressing. Thankfully, this soap was really set up. I think I left this for like 2 days, so it was more than well ready to get cut. And there we go. That actually looks really cool. I really like this technique. I may try it again, definitely in a bigger slab. I will probably not frost it because that didn't really... It worked okay, but like I said, it's not necessarily our vibe. Ours is a little more kind of simple and elegant, a little utilitarian. This is a little more like frilly and airy and fun, which is great. We love that. But who knows? You can mark my words, and if I do this in the future, feel free to comment down below that I told you I wouldn't do this, but I did. But thank you so much for watching. Thanks to all of our subscribers, our big ol' flamer, our foamy homies, and our Suddy buddies. They get soaps and candles of the month from us, shout outs, discount codes, a whole bunch of fun perks. Check out our website for more information on that. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below your New Year's resolution, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell icon so you get notified when we come out with new videos. Bye.